can tell you that this is one of the most important places in the whole Mayan area. Because all the Mayas, they should come here to this place at least once in their lifetime. They should come here. Come close.
No, I'm fine.
They should come here to worship one goddess named Ishel. Ishel, it was considered for the Mayas like the goddess of fertility, medicine, love, embroidery, pregnancy, I mean everything about women. That's why especially women should come here very, very young. That was after the first woman period, before they get married or before they get pregnant, to worship that goddess Ishel. They should spend here 7 days and 7 nights. But the first 24 hours, they stay inside of one purification temple like the one that is over there, without food and without water. That was for fertility. All those ladies that should come here, they should come here with their whole family. And sometimes when they came here because they want to get married, they came here with the boyfriend and the family of the boyfriend too. That's why we believe that should come here between 10 to 12 millions of Mayas at least once in the lifetime. So try to imagine how important it was, this place. We already saw that the name of the place is in Spanish. It's named San Gervasio. All the archaeological sites, they have their names in Maya, like Chichen Itza, Tulum, Xelha, Cobá, Labna, Sajid, Lapac, Mugir, Xcaret. I mean, there is a lot of places, but this is in Spanish. As far as I know, Gervasio, he was a very rich man who got this property from the government, like 100, 120 years ago. During that time, he was just in this place like a ranch. When he saw all the buildings, all the ruins, he never reported into the government. And he started making illegal excavations, trying to find gold, treasures, idols, something like that. The problem it was that he used to do the excavations dynamite. So he destroyed almost the whole place. Of course, a lot of history, a lot of records just gone. And that's not enough because he moved a lot of the stones to downtown to build his own house. That's why when the National Institute of Anthropology came to the island, they couldn't make the full restoration even in one temple. Here, we don't gonna see big buildings. We're gonna see buildings like 10 feet high, no more than that. They made it like a dome inside and very flat and very square outside to get strong buildings. Because on the island we have a lot of hurricanes, and probably was the same during that time. To get the concrete, the Mayas mixed limestone, I mean quick lime, some kind of residues of different trees, especially the gum tree, little pieces of seashells, sand from the beach, sand, some honey. They mix it and they boil it to get a sticky thing that they put between the rocks as a mortar, over the walls as a plaster, and all over the surfaces to make it very, very smooth. So far, so good? Can you understand my Spanish?
Yes.
My perfectly broken English?
Very good.
Okay, let's get close this way. Watch your steps. Come close, come close. Don't mix it up with the competition. Come close. Okay, this temple is named Manitas. You know manitas are little hands, handprints. If you take a look over there at the wall, you're gonna see some handprints like this in red color. Those are original. We are talking that this place it was built between 250 to 1250 AD. So we are talking that almost 1800 years, and the colors are still there. When we see that kind of hands up, we know that it's a good sign.
I see.
That means that the Mayas never did sacrifices in here. Never. This place, it was basically for fertility, for purification, only for good things. On mainland, like on Chichen Itza, Tulum, we can see some hands down, especially on black color, that represent human sacrifices. But not here. This place, it was special. In the wall, we're gonna see also different colors. To get those colors, the Maya used basically vegetation, fruits, leaves to get colors. Sometimes they mix small insects and some minerals to get some pigments, but basically vegetation. Those two pillars, that is a Toltec influence. Toltec is the name of another culture of the center of Mexico, because the Mayas never used a round formation over the floor, because for them it was considered an offense. For the Mayas, the most important it was the sun and the moon. So put that round formation over the floor, it was considered an offense for them. That's why they never use it even as a wheel. But they take the pillars to represent a duality, to keep a balance into the universe. Like the yin yang, it was more or less the same. Good, bad, woman, man, day, night. And you're always going to see those pillars, and you're always going to see small entrances. A lot of people think that the Mayas, they were short people, tiny people. But we know that the Mayas, they were like 5 feet height, but very strong and very smart. They built always small entrances to obligate at the way in and at the way out to make a reverence, to bow down. That is the main reason, because it was considered an offense, face the god or the priest. That's why they always have to do it in that way. So now, you have one of the secrets. In Chichen Itza, remember how many steps? Chichen Itza?
What?
A lot? Actually 91. 91 each side, 91 times 4, 364, plus the top, 365. They use that pyramid like a calendar. But a lot of people that climb that pyramid, they do it like with hands, kind of crawling, or they climb down sitting step by steps. Try to Mayan. Sitting 91 steps is hard. If you try to do it straight, at the 4th or 5th step, you don't have balance. And you can be in trouble, especially in that huge pyramid. The right way to do it is side waist, like the snake, like on zigzag. Because in that way, it doesn't matter where it says in your feet, you can do it easily. And as I was telling you, it was considered an offense, face the god or the priest. That's what they only have to do it in that way. So now you have the secret. The next time when you visit a big pyramid, you know how to do it. Let's go this way. Chapel. If you see, it's separate to the house. It's not in the house. Because for them, the religion was important, but they don't mix it. So that's why you can see that it's separate. One way to see the difference is because on the house, in the temples or the very important places, we're always going to see round pillars. On the houses, we don't see it. So that is one way to see like the difference. Okay, let's go this way. We think that there is some caves underneath. You hear it?
Yeah, like hollow. What is it?
It's hollow underneath. So we think that there is some caves underneath. We are waiting for like an explorer camera to see if it's something that I dig at the right place, because if not, it's going to collapse.
Swallow you up.
No, I don't know. I thought that was it's an entrance or something.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, this is the main entrance for the main exit. We name this like the entrance to the heaven. According to the Mayas, to get into the heaven you need 13 levels. If you count, you're going to see 6 plus the top 13. But archaeologists found another arch underneath with 9 levels. That is the entrance to the heaven. Remember that I told you that the Mayas always represent duality. So if they have the entrance to the heaven, they should have the entrance to the hell. But when the archaeologists found it, they covered it again, because in the Mayan Bible, which is the Popol Vuh, says that the hell always has to be covered. So that's why they cover it again. When they found this arch, the whole arch was collapsed. When they started cleaning the stones, they couldn't find concrete between. So this arch originally was built just keeping the balance stone by stone. If somebody push or pull one of the stones, the whole arch collapsed. Of course, they couldn't put it at the same way. They have to use cement to put it back. But imagine how smart they were to get that knowledge. In the middle, you can see that it's like a tiny square. The people before they can get inside, they have to deposit something in there like an offering. Flowers, fruits, something. They put it in there and they can get inside. This road goes 8 miles to the other side to the island, into a place named the Real Castle. All the people that should come here, they should come here by canoes with pedals from the mainland. And after that, they come to here walking 8 miles. Try to Mayan probably take more time to come down here than the time that they stay. You have to do it. It was very important. Of course, during that time, this road, it was completely paved, very, very smooth, and in white color. That's why they named this road Sac Bay. Sac Bay is a Mayan name. Sac means white, Bay road, white road. So during the night, it's easy to walk and easy to see. And what they always build that kind of road. But the Mayans were smart, they were to get down. I think you don't want to walk that far today. I give you a few minutes to take pictures in here. Hey, this is a tomb.
Two.
Yes? Looks like two, but it's just one. The archaeologists found a skeleton here with a big jade mask and a lot of jewelry. Probably one important person from the royalty. And in the other side, they found all their personal belongings. So they believe at the reincarnation like the Egyptians, and they believe that they're gonna need all those things at the way back. All those pieces are at the Museum of Yucatan in Merida, at the National Museum, because when they found all this, we don't have the museum here yet, so that's why they have to send it over there. We think that it was an important person because the Mayas, they don't use cemeteries like us. They put the people at the backyard of their houses. So if this is at the back side of the plaza, that's why we think that could be a priest or a very important person of the place. You can see that they were not too tall. This was just like the ceremonial center, where the people live, the town. It was at the other side of the island in one place that is named El Cedral. That is the place that we're going to visit at the end. El Cedral, it was the town where the people live. So the rest of the tombs, they were there. This was just the ceremonial center. Okay, let's go this way. Yes?
One or two?
One. Just one here and their belongings at the other side. Okay, this is the main plaza. So try to imagine this place like a perfect square, completely paved. You can see over there part of the original surface. One of the most important things on this place is the perfect orientation. If you want to be oriented here, you can do it easily. That corner is oriented to the north, south, east, and west. And the orientation is perfect because they always be oriented by stars. That's why it's perfect. And here happened more or less the same that happened in Chichen Itza at the ball court. Over there in Chichen Itza, if somebody talk in front to a wall, one person behind you, like 150 meters, can hear you perfectly, like I'm doing with you. If you clap once, standing up in the middle of that ball court, you can hear 12 times the echo, which is the perfect acoustic. Happened more or less the same here. Of course, now it's not too clear like during that time because the buildings are not finished. But during that time, the acoustic, it was perfect. Those buildings over there, they used to like some kind of a stadium. You can see that look like benches, so the people can rest in there. But right here on the front, they sit just couples when they want to get married, or ladies when they want to get pregnant. Over there, they sit royalty, high society, because you can see there is on a higher point. And on the sides, they sit common people. The families that came with those couples, they stay on the sides. That building that is on the middle, that is a Mayan altar. I know when we hear altar, we think on sacrifices. As I was telling you, the Mayas never did sacrifices in here. And archaeologists prove it because they dig inside and they couldn't find human blood, animal blood, or bones. That's why they knew that they used that like a podium to dance, to deposit some offerings or something like that. To make sacrifices, they have more places on the mainland, not here. So this place was special. That building on that corner, that was just like a city hall. or something of the government. Take too much time to come down here, so they need to be prepared for everything that could happen. They need to have someone on charge of the place. That's why we believe that they use that like a city hall. Now, those two buildings are the most important in the whole place. But I have to be honest with you, because I'm not agree with the names that they put it. They named that like the Alamo structure. Alamo is the name of the tree that is behind. If you look through the door, you can see that the tree grows inside to the temple. So when they built that, the tree wasn't there. That's why I'm not agreeing. The Mayas, they have a lot of gods, they have a lot of names, but it was easier to use the name of the tree. So who am I? If you take a look over there at the wall, you're going to see more handsprints. And down there you can see some circles on lines. Those are numbers. Could be a special date. The archaeologists couldn't decipher because part of the stucco, part of the color almost disappeared. But we know that the Mayas, they were very good mathematicians, because just with 3 symbols, they can count to the infinitive using a duodecimal system, that means times 20. They use the conch shell, like the 0, circular dot, like 1, line of bar, like 5. Always times 20 using levels. For example, you take a look here. This is 0. Then we got the dot, which is 1, and the line 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That is the limit. If we want to put 20, we're going to put a conch shell at the first level to nullify that level. That's going to be 0. And a dot at the second level because it's 1 by 20. If we keep the 19 at the first level and the dot at the second level, then we got 39. If we want to put 40, we put a conch shell at the first level and 2 dots at the second level. And in that way, we count. Easy? I'm going to make you a test outside.
We're going to have a test on that.
In Managua, Nicaragua, the archaeologists found an stela, a piece of stone carved. Let me show you one stela. One stela is something like this. But the one that they found there, they got 52 levels. So imagine how much was that. After they made investigations about that stela, they discovered and proved that they were counting stars. That is infinity. Nowadays, we work more or less with the same system. We use a binary system, which is 0, 1, circles, lines, dot, bar is more or less the same. So imagine how smart. Here, if we visit an archaeological site, we can count up to the first level. If you take a look here, how much is it? 3, 9. Remember that the bar is 5 and each dot is 1. 8, 16. 3. Wow. So now you can count up to the first level. When you visit an archaeological site, you can identify those numbers. So then you can get your calculator and you can make it times 20, times 20, times 20 in each level. So at least this symbol means the beginning of something. It's where something begins. You know, that symbol means that, so give you the date and the minute. So at least now you can read like that. Talking about calendars, you know that the Mayas, they were very smart. I told you already that they were very good mathematicians, very good doctors, because the Mayas, they practiced brain surgeries, lobotomies. And for that, they used gold for that, you know. They were very good astronomers. They got a lot of calendars, but they got 2 that they work together as 2 wheels. One is the moon calendar, this one. We said that is especially for women. That calendar is named half. That half has 13 months with 20 days. 13 times 20 to 60. And it's the same time to take a pregnancy. That's why we said that it's especially for women. The other one is named half. This one. This is the solar calendar. That calendar has 18 months with 20 days. So 18 times 20, 360, plus an extra month with 5 days that they named Wayep. They use that Wayep to pray for abstinence, to dedicate those 5 days to the god, to the goddess. According to the NASA, that calendar is more accurate than our Gregorian calendar because that calendar has only a few seconds difference, and we have 1 day missing every 4 years. How the Mayas get it? Both calendars, they work together as two wheels. And they start at the same time every 52 years. When that happened, the Mayas believed that it was the beginning of a new life. According to the Mayas, the new cycle is going to be December 21st, 2012. Probably you heard that date before, right? End of the world, according to Nostradamus. But according to the Mayas, it's the beginning of a new life. Some people think that it's the end of the world because they don't get a new one. But for example, if you don't get your calendar for the next year, that doesn't mean that you're gonna get another year. You just don't get the calendar, right? If you don't buy it for the 2009, that doesn't mean that we don't gonna get another year. It's the same with them. They just don't get the time to make a new one. But they already know that every 52 years they're gonna get a new one. So I prefer to believe on Mayas. I don't know, what do you think? It's better, right?
Yes, much better.
Did they live to be 52?
52?
And how long did the Mayans live, normally?
Well, normally, 50 years it was considered old for them. 50 it was considered, that's why they made it normally 52, because it's like at each period. But then when they start mixing, for example, now the descent, they can live more than 100. The last one that died get 113. It was a lady, and she never wore glasses to read. Never. And he can tell you about anything. Everything. Because they don't get any chemical on their body. It was all natural. He never get a pill for nothing. It was all tea. All natural. For us, it's really easy to go to the pharmacy when we get a headache, you know, and a stomach ache, something like that. A pill. For them, is what they need to find it on the vegetation. So it's all natural. If somebody wants to buy this book, you can do it. This book has everything about calendars, about numbers, and they give you your own stela. This is someone's birthday. I know this is really hard to understand, right? So that's why they give you everything on a paper. But this is the original paper that they use for that. It's named amate. You can pass it, they can check. That is named amate. That is the paper that they made to write for the papyrus and everything. That's the one that they use. If somebody wants to order that, costs you $30. You need to let me know because I need to. It's like personal. I need to put the birthday or the anniversary, anything that you want, and they give your own stela. This person, okay? They give it to you at the end of the tour. I show you what it's like, okay? That building is the most important in the whole place. They name that like the murals structure. You know, murals are paintings, colors. Over there we don't gonna see colors. It was more colors at the first building that we saw. That's why I'm not agree with the name. And behind that road, you can see there is like a platform. The archaeologists found a limestone idol, like this height, like in a fetal position, with a snake over his head, like a crown, looking like a very old lady. For Mayas, that was knowledge. Dressing a lot of jewelry, looking like a pregnant woman, hanging in one hand a big piece of jade, like a baby holding. In another hand, another piece of jade, like a placenta holding. I give you a new one, don't worry, senor. Between the legs, another piece of jade, like a baby head coming down, and something like blood or water dripping down. I mean, giving birth. That idol was standing in another piece of limestone surrounded by water. In the whole Mayan area, there is only 2 places that are surrounded by water. One is Isla Mujeres, which is a small island that is close to Cancun. and Cozumel. Actually, Isla Mujeres, it was the first sanctuary in honor to that goddess Ishel. But when they saw that there was a lot of people coming on those pilgrimages, they decided to move that sanctuary into this island. So then became into a religious place. But both are islands. If you think on that, the island represents like the baby, and the water around is like the amniotic liquid for protection, because those are the only two places all over the Mayan area that they never practice human sacrifices. So that's why are very special. Unfortunately, when the archaeologists found that idol, they put it in a safe place, and somebody is that idol is not available to see because probably now it's in a private collection. We believe that one important person from the government is involved on that robbery. That's why they changed the name, trying to confuse us. That's why I'm not agreeing. I think that is not fair, and I like to be honest with you. Most of the time, the people just come here and read the signs, and sometimes or the signs are wrong or doesn't give you enough information. But it's not only here in Mexico; it's all over the world. Always money talks. It's hard, but it's the truth. What we can do about that? Only way that one day that piece appears, so we're still question something special that you want to know. Remember that I'm gonna make you a test outside. So now I'm gonna give you like 20 minutes. You can spend it here. You can spend that time outside, on the restaurant, at the shopping area. Anything that you want to do, and I see you at the bus in around 20 minutes. Okay? The way out, you just need to go straight and then to the right. Don't get lost.